Good morning, traders, and welcome to NewsWare's Trade Talk for Thursday, December 11th. Okay, let's get into the action. Take a look at the S&Ps. We're down 0.3%, 0.33% to be exact. We were off lower. We were down like zero. We were down 0.5%, 0.54 early this morning. But we've been coming back a little bit, which is kind of positive. The real weakness this morning is in tech. I mean, the tech is under pressure after that Oracle announcement last night, and while the earnings are positive, it was a disappointing report. And it just kind of inflates or inflames. I should say the word inflames. It inflames the narrative of the return on investment for the cap AI spend that all these firms are doing. Are they going to be able to turn that money into a profitable return? The jury's kind of out on it, and that's why you're seeing the weakness in tech this morning. Sentiment is also adjusting, to Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. I mean, he delivered more dovish than expected remarks yesterday. I mean, they came through with the a rate cut, the quarter-point rate cut. Now you got to look ahead, and maybe they're talking about one rate cut next year. I could see there being two. You're going to have a new Fed chair. You're going to have new Fed members. I think they'll be more aggressive. And, the dot plot has never really been that accurate. It is a guide. That's all it is. It is a guide. But it doesn't hold up on a historical basis of what's going on because, markets change. Markets move. All right, let's talk about the policy front. The Senate is preparing a vote on competing health care measures linked to the expiration of the Affordable Care Act premium tax credits. Could be something for healthcare stocks. You got to keep a look at the insurers. Could be something there. Barclays Tech Conference continues to go on today. We got Workforce and Salesforce, both Workday and Salesforce, both making presentations today. American Express. This is interesting. American Express noted a 9% growth in U.S. retail consumer spending around the key Thanksgiving Day holiday. Interesting. That is positive for retail stocks. Trump's out there saying that a Warner Brothers deal should include the sale of the CNN assets. Maybe, maybe not. On the earnings front, we got Ciena, C-I-E-N, Planet Labs, P-L, and Nordstrom, NDSN. They're all showing gains this morning after their earnings report. Adobe and Oracle, they're lower after their earnings releases. After the bell today, you get ticker RH, Lululemon, L-U-L-U. You got Costco, C-O-S-T, and Avago, Broadcom, AVGO, Apple, Victor, Grace, Oscar. They're all set to release after the bell today. Okay, let's take a quick peek and see the action happening over in Europe. 1 second. Okay, I'm looking at the DAX, and the DAX is seeing some softness It is seeing some softness in tech this morning, but the index itself is higher. It's up 0.2%. It was lower, but it is showing some positive activity this morning. The FTSE's up about 0.1%, and the CAC in Paris, I mean that's up about 0.5%, 0.47%. Those luxury stocks are starting to rebound. That's lifting the index, so that's good news. Then they're turning our attention over to Asia for a minute, and the Nikkei fell 0.9%. Listen, they had weakness in tech stocks, and then you've got this nervousness over next week, the Bank of Japan meeting, the BOJ meeting, where they're expected to raise interest rates. Japan's interest rates are nothing, but any raise in interest rates is a concern. Hong Kong fell. I mean, it rallied early in the day, but it wound up closing lower by 0.04%. That's 10 points for the Hang Seng. Pretty minor. But, tech and consumer names did underperform. But then there was that news out of Mexico that Mexico approved a new tariff package on Chinese goods. Those rates are up to 50% beginning January 1, and that added to the tariff-related concerns. So Mexico's going hand in hand with the U.S. on tariffs on the U.S. That's not really positive for that market. In China, China fell 0.7%. driven by weakness across tech, really. That's what we saw. In terms of oil action this morning, oil continues to be, volatile. I mean, we got oil down more than 1% this morning. You got WTI at $57.81. You got Brent trading at $61.53. You got those OPEC and IEA reports due out today. They're expected to, signal, continued growth in supply or a supply surplus, which is not good for oil. Now we're talking earnings action. We're talking Oracle, ticker ORCL. They beat by 62 cents. They did that on higher revenue. But, you got to look at the stock this morning to see how it's trading. And, Oracle is getting hit this morning. How much is Oracle down? It's down 13%, 29 points. Hey, it can go lower. It can go lower. And then you got Adobe, ADBE, Apple, David, Boy, Edward. That stock actually has turned higher. It's up 0.25%. It was lower. But they delivered a beat of 10 cents, and they did it on higher revenue. And you look at the upcoming calendar for today, and you got to be kind of positive. What do we see? We got, Lululemon, LULU. Their EPS is $2.22. Expected move is 11.99%. We got Costco, COST. Their EPS is $4.25. Expected move is 3.51%. And you got Broadcom, AVGO. Their EPS is $1.87. And the expected move is 6.87% when they release. In terms of economic reports, the key economic report going out today is the jobless claims. That's at 8:30 a.m. In terms of the FANG stocks, I mean, like the news that's hitting the tape over the last 15, 20 minutes. I mean, you look at the FANG stocks. Look at Apple. Apple's lobbying hard. Their CEO is out there. He's lobbying again. They really want to put a stop to this App Store Accountability Act because that will be negative for them. Then there's Amazon, which is moving into one-hour grocery store, and that one-hour grocery store deliveries, it's putting weight on or pressure on Dash and Cart, DoorDash and Instacart. Google looks to be hit by a big EU fine by the end of the year if it does not add more measures to ensure that its app store complies with EU rules. Meta, META, they said to be working on a new AI model, codename Avocado, set to be released this spring. I'm not too excited about it. Netflix, Trump feels that any takeover of Warner Brothers should include the assets of CNN. Got to talk about Dow Jones 30 stocks. We got to talk about, CRM, Salesforce. They're making their presentation today at the Barclays conference at 3:10 p.m. Eastern Time. NVIDIA showing some weakness today. I mean, they offer those Oracle earnings. Oracle did say in their note that they have a willingness to buy non-NVIDIA chips. Coca-Cola, ticker KO, they announced CEO succession plans. Visa got upgraded this morning after that AXP note, American Express note, about a pickup in shopping. In terms of guidance news, Ciena, CIEN, they backed their full year. They said their full year 2026 revenue is 5.7 to 6.1 billion. Street estimate has it at 5.53 billion. That's an uptick. NDSN, Nordstrom, they see Q1 adjusted EPS $2.25 to $2.45. Street estimates $2.33. That's an uptick. Planet Labs, PL, they see Q4 revenue coming in 76 million to 80 million. Street estimate is 73.55. Definite uptick. In terms of buyback news, BCO, Brinks, they authorized a new 750 million share repurchasing plan. In terms of catalyst calls, DXCM, Citibank upgrades, puts a 90-day catalyst watch on the stock. Equinix, EQIX, they put a 90-day catalyst watch on that stock as well. Okay, let's move on to the stock of the day. And I got to go with Costco. I mean, it's really trading at its lows. And so it's been beaten up pretty bad because of the tariff news. We'll get more on that maybe today. But the earnings are after the close. And, listen, the EPS is $4.25, and the expected move is 3.51%. You look at yesterday's call volume, 20,279 calls versus 16,621. That's positive. Then you got an open interest, 167K to 139K. Yeah, major brokers have lowered some of the price targets, but they're still overweight the stock, so they still like it. But for me, I got to get in. I want to get in at a discount. I want to get in with a coupon. I'm looking at $8.74 as an entry price. But we'll see if that hits. But that's my pick of the day. Costco COST 874 entry. All right, let's take a look at the news that's hitting the tape this morning. What do we got here? Lowe's, ticker L, announced Delaware Supreme Court rules in its favor. Could be something. Lilly's reports Triumph 4 trial met primary endpoint, LLY. IBKR, Interactive Brokers, add access to Brazil B3 exchange. Safe Drug Act, which was introduced yesterday, may be a benefit to Novo Nordisk NVO. That's all I'm seeing this morning. Okay, let's talk about yesterday's pick of the day. Which was Netscope, NTSK, Nancy Tom, Sam Kilo. The stock hasn't released earnings yet. We're still waiting on that release. It hasn't hit the tape yet, but I'm still positive on it. I mean, the stock opened up yesterday at $22.76. It fell to, it did, fall down to $21.96, but it hit a high at $22.91 and closed at $22.50. And, when those earnings come out, I mean, they are expected to lose, but, this is a cybersecurity company and they could be showing an increase of revenue, which should push the stock a little higher. So I'm still waiting on that one to come out. But, give it some time. Give it some time. Let's wait and see how that comes out this morning. But traders, that concludes today's podcast, and you guys know what to do. Let's go out there and let's make some green.